Hello everyone, it's Georgia here, and today it is the 18th of April 2020. And after my walk today, I just felt like I needed to go into a space in nature which feels a bit like a cocoon for me, and kind of put myself together in a way, because during my walk today I had a few different conversations with beautiful friends of mine, and what I noticed is that they were delightful, they were beautiful conversations, and then I just needed to come into my body even more at that time, because during my walks I like to either listen to positive podcasts or talks, or listen to some music, or even just daydream in some way and enjoy nature around me. And sometimes I do make phone calls and connect with people. And today felt right to do that. But then I noticed that I actually didn't look around me and see nature at all. And I was just doing my thing and going for my walk, and going at the fast pace that I go to, and still having these great conversations. But I didn't really experience much of my surroundings. So then I found this beautiful, gorgeous place at the end of my walk now, which I'm here. You may not see it the way I see it, but it's a little bit like a cocoon. So I'm surrounded by these beautiful trees, and some big ones like the one behind me, and a bushy one like here, and some other ones, and it actually does feel like a bit of a cocoon. And it's kind of interesting because right now we are in a lockdown period, and a lot of us are staying at home, and it feels like we are internal and we are in our own personal cocoon at home, and we're not going out as much unless we need to for, our essentials. And the thing is that in those times where we are in a bit of a cocoon, what happens is that we can be over analytical at times, we can be overthinking, we can go much more in our head, we can analyze things that we didn't analyze before, and even maybe blame ourselves or judge ourselves for where we're at in the moment, or what we've done in our life, or what we haven't done in our life. And that can be a phase where we can become pretty hard on ourselves, and feel guilty and bad, and whatever that might be. On the flip side of that, there is a lot of creativity that can come out of it. There is a lot of imagination. There is a lot of being proactive, or acting on things that we hadn't done for a long time, and giving ourselves the opportunity and the time to do them now. And that can be really productive and really amazing as well. So there's always a polarity going on. There's always two sides to a story, or more. But if you look at the coin, there's always two sides to a coin. And some people might say, oh, it's either black or white, or, both sides can't exist at the same time. But the thing is, in my experience, is that they can exist at the same time, but all there needs to be is balance, and all there needs to be is understanding of what sits where and when, and how much emphasis do you give to one and then to the other, and balance it out. And if I was to look at the brain, we have the right hemisphere and we also have the left hemisphere. And a lot of times we don't think about that, but both of them coexist at the same time. Sometimes we might use more one side than the other, and we're always go, 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 go. And sometimes we are in a different, stage where we don't use much of our active side, and we're just like, relax, it's okay, we'll go with the flow. And, they're both valid and they're both true and they both coexist and they both are possible. It's just more noticing that, I think, and noticing where are you in that spectrum, and are they in balance, and if not, how can you put some strategies in place to balance them out? How can you be more intuitive? How can you go with the flow more in some areas and be proactive and active in other areas? I think it's important to notice that, and this is a good time being in our cocoon and giving ourselves the opportunity to really look at that and really look at what is the thing that really matters to us, and how can we balance things out in our life. And it's interesting because I have some friends that are single, not married, no kids, and live by themselves. I've got some friends that are married with kids and have a family and running around and doing homeschooling. And then I've got friends that are, they can be older in age and their kids have moved on and they're with their partner. Some people have their job still and some people don't. And everyone is in a different situation, and their perception on how it is right now for them is different. So they may feel like they've got space for being in their cocoon, and some of them may not feel that. And there's no right or wrong here. It's just more making that time or having that opportunity to look within just a little bit if you can, and look at, okay, if this didn't happen, what will I be doing? And a lot of times, and one of the conversations I had with a friend before is that, you know what, like a lot of times we love going out, like going for our, coffee, catching up for dinner, going to theatres, to movies, going out for a drink or whatever it is, hanging out, playing a sport or whatever. And now that's not doable and we can't do it. And what do? And some people have fallen into that boredom stage. It's like, oh my God, I don't know what to do, I'm so bored. And other people, I'll consider that myself, that other people like me, I've got so much to do. My to-do list has not ended and I'm not working at the moment, and I'm still so grateful for having the time to do the things that I still want to do, and educate myself in other areas and bring more knowledge and understanding of what's going on for myself and others around me. And I'm also really, really grateful for having the opportunity to be known out there, that people are still calling me to see whether I'm still practicing my massage, for example. And unfortunately, because of the current circumstances, I'm not, classified as essential, and I'm not practicing that. And it's important to look after our health as well, and other people's health. So yes, I feel grateful for having that opportunity to even receive these calls or these SMSs, and say from people that really want my services, which allows me to again take in what is there already instead of changing it all together, and noticing, what areas can I be more productive with, more aligned with, or more creative with. So I'm using specific language here because I want to focus on the left brain and the right brain. So we've got the right brain and then we've got the left brain as well. And if you really think about it, they're both different hemispheres. They still coexist, but they're both different hemispheres of our brain. So with the right brain, that's where creativity lives, insights, imagination, intuition, your passion. You go with the flow, and that's a lot of times where innovation happens, and you're just being free. It's freedom. Now, on the right side, on the left side of the brain is where logic sits, and it's the analytical brain. It's the one that has structures and order, and that is a lot of times the brain that actually can put things into action. So you can come with a creative idea. How do you make it possible? You then use the left brain to bring a bit more logic into it, to analyze it, to look at what structures do I need, and to put things into place. You can also refer them, if you want to, if you're into that field, as like the feminine side and the masculine side, if you want to, because energetically we also have the feminine energy that runs through our bodies, and then the masculine energy. And as a general, we're talking generally here, females are more inclined to have more feminine energy in them and less masculine, and males have more masculine energy and less feminine. And there's also exceptions to the rule, like always. But if you look at that, that's why in some way males are, general again, are more, have that domination, that skill, that, order, that logic, that analytical, whereas females in general have that flow, that nurturing, that creative aspect to them, and going with the flow. How do we bring those two into balance within ourselves, for ourselves, that works for our highest good, our highest results that we want to get? And that is a great inquiry to have. So I'll leave it with that question and an example for myself. When I'm in that space of overthinking, of being overwhelmed, of being too much in my left brain and overproductive and go, and then I get tired, that's the time that a lot of times I say, oh, okay, pause now. Pause a little bit, 5 minutes to yourself, go for a walk, release the extra tension from your body, let the ground take it, let nature take it, and then come back into your body, into your essence, come back into your creativity, into your flow. And that's my example, through breathing, through walking, like moving that stagnant energy or that overwhelming energy, and through drinking lots of water. That's another big thing that I love doing. So if you pause a bit, go get some water, drink 1 or 2 glasses, you will feel more fresh, and you'll feel a lot lighter in your mind, less mind fog. And you can just take more oxygen into your body, and breathing and water and slowing down just for 5 minutes make things, change within yourself. So notice at what cocoon stage are you at the moment, because on the flip side of the cocoon, once you're out, you'll be a beautiful butterfly that will flying around, free to land wherever it wants to land. But you would have done the underlying work before that, the foundational work before that. So this can be a tough time for many of us and a lot of people out there, and it can be a really amazing time as well. So take it as you feel and take it as you think will work for you, but know that it's great to have both, and polarity does exist in this world. We cannot deny polarity. We live in this world, on this earth, and even though it's a 3D world, we are definitely shifting and changing every single day, and we can have other possibilities exist even though we are living in this, you know, more dense, if you want to call it, world. It's beautiful to have a body. It's beautiful to have trees around us. It's beautiful to have tangible stuff, things that you can feel and you can grab and you can experience that. But it's also beautiful to go within and feel those emotions, feel those feelings, feel where you need to put more energy into and balance that. So yeah, check that for yourself. Look at your own cocoon, where you're at, what stage of that cocoon experience you're in, and see what you can get out of it. Start writing it down if that's something that feels right for you. Start recording it. Start putting your imagination out there. I'm looking forward to hearing your comments and your experience in this. Okay, thanks, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.